Hello, my name is John Turvey. I'll be your instructor for business case studies. Welcome. What I'd like to do in this video is just to briefly introduce you to to our D2L page and give you just a brief overview of what we'll be doing and what business case studies is. Let's just turn our attention to our D2L page right here. This is our home page. I've put an announcement on here, and the announcement tells us how to access our course pack. The course pack contains a student guide and three business cases that we'll be using as examples and also for the purposes of testing. One you will present with a PowerPoint, another one you will present in a kind of a written format, and another one you will present as a group. At the end, that'll be like your final exam. We'll get there. I'll show you that in a minute. Anyway, you have to buy this course pack. You're sitting down, costs like $27.50. So it's not a big deal, less than most textbooks, and you get everything you need right there. All the rest of the material will be accessing on the internet, or we'll be generating it probably using ChatGPT 4.0. I've been experimenting with that, so we'll be using that as a learning aid as well through the course. Let's have a look at our content. Not much to go on there. Yeah, I've got some links in here. I've got a case analysis table that we'll be working off. It's a work in progress. We've evolved that through the last several years of teaching this course. We'll add more material as we get going. There's some links in here that I will be asking you to go and look at and learn from. I will be testing you on whether you learned anything or not. So you better learn something. This is it's gonna, and also I have our syllabus right here, which I would open up, except I can't be bothered opening it up because I have a copy of it. Right there behind it. Here's our syllabus for the. Let me see that again. Right here, I'm pointing at this thing. It's not like I can actually see it. There's a blank spot there. The screen's actually over there. Anyway, there, we're online. Okay, this is an aberration. Case studies is supposed to be like face-to-face, Socratic method, bunch of people talking about it, discussing, exchanging ideas, building on ideas, learning from ideas, but we moved online, so now we have to change the whole paradigm and the whole structure of case studies. So your version 2 of the online will be, we're changing the structure and the emphasis this time around, just so you know. The last one wasn't exactly a failure, but it wasn't optimal. What's that over my head? There's something over my, okay, never mind. So I'm John Turvey. You'll be able to look at the syllabus. It's on the D2L. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Office hours online. It just kind of, I'm free Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. You can contact me. I'm probably going to try and make some lecture videos. I can't exactly promise they're going to be regular. I certainly can't promise that they're going to be good. But there will be, I'll reserve a class and I will let people know if they're on campus and they want to come and engage in the classroom at the time, and I'll get a video and we can, if you want to engage online, you can do that as well. But for now, if you just want to contact me Tuesday, Thursday afternoons, if you have any questions as we get going on the more complex stuff. What do we do? Case studies, an opportunity to become proficient with the principles and applications of structured problem solving. Yes. Do you ever wonder like how people just kind of cruise through life and every time they have a problem, they just like, boom, 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 they're done. Solve the problem and moving on. And some other people just like, can't do it. So anyway, this is a foolproof method where you can solve any problem that you have. Yes, any problem, I guarantee it. But we're going to focus on business here mostly. I'm going to ask you some other esoteric questions because that's because I'm allowed to, because I'm an instructor. Yeah, so I've given you a link for the Ivy case material. Okay, buy the darn thing. Okay. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's $30. I can do something else with it. I'll just borrow a copy. No. All right. Somebody wrote those darn things. They put a lot of work into them. They get paid royalties when you buy them. And so you should be buying them. Right. I mean, really? Somebody put the work in. If you wrote it and put that much work in, you'd want to get paid if somebody was using it. So just, yeah. Anyway, that's my lecture about that. Evaluation. What am I going to do? I'm going to give you assignments and quizzes for roughly 30%. I'm going to give you a midterm. First midterm is going to be technical. Second midterm is going to be, you're just going to do a case. And I'm going to see if you can do a case or not. No, that'll be your test. The final exam is going to be kind of two parts. One is going to be your team presentation. It should be worth about 2/3 of it, like 20, and another 10% to do with, so one will be group, another part will be individual. I think that's kind of what I'm looking at for a total of 100%. There's the grades, you know that. The grades should be pretty high here. Just do your own work. If I ask you to submit stuff, please don't copy and paste from ChatGPT, right? I can spot it a mile away. All right, just do your work. This is a really valuable course. You will learn stuff. I urge you to work hard and learn from this course. Okay, here's our syllabus. I'm going to decrease the size one little bit. There. Well, that wrecked it. Now what? Oh, that went down to 0. Sorry, I didn't mean it to get that small. I don't know what happened there. Really new, like the day before you guys are coming in. I'm just finishing putting this stuff together. Let me just move this over there. Okay, so this is what we're doing. This is the topics that we're covering. So as I said, oh God, I hope it's not going on too long. I'm taking a more technical approach this time. Let's say we're going to walk through the steps, what we call the preliminary analysis. You read the cases. We're going to go through preliminary analysis. This is where we identify the problem. You can't solve a problem if you can't identify it. And we're going to look at, what's involved, what's the mission, what are the values, what are the goals of the company, who are the stakeholders, who are they, what is their value proposition, what are they offering, and what's good about it, and again, who are the stakeholders, and then we're going to move. That's like the first part we're going to do. Then the second part we move into the technical analysis. So we're going to look up VRIO, VRIO, and the VCA and PESTEL, PESTEL, P5F, SWOT, SWOT. We'll look at a couple of other of these models. I want you to be able to, they're all valuable. They all give us some keen insights, so we need to know those. So anyway, you're going to get tested on that as well, just as we look quizzes. I'm just going to confirm that the learning objectives have been achieved. Then we're going to move on with the next step of the analysis, which is like having gathered all the, next step, we're going to do financial ratios. All right. In most cases there's some financial considerations, and so we want to incorporate those. And so we'll take a special time out to look at those. I think we're going to focus on something called the DuPont analysis. That's kind of a favorite of mine. It covers the main basis and gives you an idea of what it's doing. Plus, it's really a fun thing to talk about at cocktail parties if you ever get invited to one. Nobody's invited me to one lately. It's probably because, yes, my choice of discussion topics. Yes. So then, what else are we doing? We're going with, once we get all that information together, then we start coming up with solutions, proposals, and then we choose the best proposal to recommend, and then we pretend, hypothetically, to implement it. And what would happen is kind of like a what if scenario. Uh, what if we implemented it? What would it look like? And so that's the next part. And we draw a Gantt chart and do things like that. So we go do the whole process from start to finish, right? And that's what I'm going to focus on for the first half of the course, the structure of the case method, right? It's a case method. It's hundred years old, developed at Harvard University way back when, mainly for teaching law, but it's been applied to so many other things. Again, you'll find out about that as we going. Yeah, so also we can see here where it's marked in orange, those are the cases that we'll be looking at specifically. You'll be responsible for finishing them up. In one case, I'll just ask you to put together a PowerPoint presentation, a recorded PowerPoint presentation, not much different than what I'm doing here right now, just on Teams, start up Teams, press record, start talking, record, stop it, and I don't know, send me a link. If it's any good, I'll give you a mark. Anyway, and then another one, you're going to do some writing on it. And then the last part, of course, is going to be your exam. Those red marks are, see the red marks? They're your exams, midterm 1, midterm 2, and the final exam. The final exam is not really a final exam. Won't be during exam week. It's just a group presentation. So that said, I mean, this is pretty much all I want to talk to you about. So I'm just about done. Just one thing I want to say is that I'll be giving you your first assignment is to go get that course pack. Open it up, start looking at least the first part of the student guide, and flip through at the end. That's where they have your cases. Just flip through, get an idea of what they look like. Then stick with D2L. You'll have to keep checking back on D2L. And I'll give you a kind of assignment, probably just something like, let's introduce ourselves. I'm not going to have you interact too much in groups for the first half. Group work is very, very difficult. And sometimes we have what we call free riders. You've heard of those. So what we want to do is give you a chance to get to know each other through discussions. We just ease into it. By the time we get to mid-October, early November, you should have an idea of who's in the class that you think you'd like to team up with. So start forming teams, and then that'll be the team that you present with. Just I'll assign people if you're not on a team, but that's usually best results are if you pick your own. So there will be some interactions on the discussion boards where you'll get to meet people. So I'll give you your, tomorrow or the next day, pretty soon. I'll give you a day or so to get caught up reading this stuff, and then I'll get you to work doing an icebreaker, introductory exercise, and then I'll start throwing some hypotheticals at you, and either ask you to submit answers or to answer on the discussion board. And we'll do it that way. I'll try not to overwork you, but I don't want to neglect you and allow you to disengage from the course. So I need to build up some momentum and maintain it. You need to work hard, keep an open mind, and look forward to this as a really positive learning exercise where you can develop some problem-solving superpowers. All right. So stand by for my next set of instructions coming up shortly. Let me know by email if you have any questions or problems. Welcome again. I'm really looking forward to working with you on this. So thank you very much, and We'll catch you later. Bye.